911. Now, despite his arrest the very next day, he was eventually released from jail after posting bail, something she says never should have happened. Now, she is joining us live now. Leah, thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it likely is not easy to talk about. I appreciate you being here tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You know, we just talked a little bit about that experience with Raad Almansoori, and there are so many scary details here. I understand he was your coworker. He told you about the abuse that he allegedly suffered as a kid, and you essentially took pity on him. You offered to give him a ride to work because he only had a bike. You agreed to allow him to crash on your couch at one point, but you woke up to him in your bed. He tried to strangle you, saying, quote, "I hate that I have to kill you," before he sexually assaulted you. What were those hours like, trapped in your apartment with him before you were able to get out and you were able to call 911?
They were horrifying. I actually thought that I was going to die in my apartment. Right before he began to strangle me, he went over and closed the blinds to the windows and shut the bedroom door. We were in the living room and shut the bedroom door so no one could see in through those blinds. He locked the front door. And then as he was coming over, he said, "Scream and I'll kill you." He got directly on top of me. He started strangling me with the utmost force. He didn't let up for a long time. I don't know what made him let up, but after that, he got a visible erection. He forced me to perform oral sex on him. And then he eventually was able to be talked into like going out of the apartment to get his car. But it was just absolutely horrifying. After he had strangled me, he said, "You made the devil take over my body." While he was doing it, he was like, "I hate that I have to do this. I hate that I have to kill you." It was just a traumatizing experience for sure.
Traumatizing. I can't even imagine what this was like. What is going through your mind through all of this? Is it just trying to figure out a way to survive this?
Yeah, absolutely. I played out every option. And really, there was no way to get out besides just like coaxing him and calming him down and kind of like playing into the fact that he had told me he loved me earlier. And I was like, this is a trauma response. Let's get through this. You said you loved me. So I was able to calm him down enough to leave the apartment to think that we were on good terms. But yeah, I was just really like playing every option of trying to stay alive.
Yeah, I know you went to the police and you say that this should have never happened to another person. That woman in New York should not be dead now. But I do want to ask very quickly, before the assault, you worked with him at a restaurant. He was your coworker. Looking back, what were the red flags that something was not right with him?
Looking back in retrospect, he was very socially awkward and socially inept. He had trouble like forming relationships with people because he had opened up so much to me. We were working the same position and there was really no one else back there. And so I learned a lot of his past. I kind of chalked it up to his trauma that was causing him to be socially awkward because he was a really nice coworker to me and he would go out of the way for me to do things to make my job easier. But in retrospect, yeah, he did struggle to form relationships with people and like hold decent conversations.
I want to talk about the aftermath. He originally faced sexual battery and aggravated assault charges in your case. Those were dropped due to insufficient evidence, and the only charge left was connected with him taking off with your car, which allowed him to get away with a $2,500 bond. And then months later, he would go to New York and allegedly kill this woman in a hotel. It wasn't until the cases in New York and Arizona that Florida prosecutors actually filed a motion to revoke his bond. How does that make you feel? Who dropped the ball here?
It was heartbreaking. The initial police officers and detectives were very helpful. They were all women. They took it very seriously. They slapped him with actually about 6 or 7 different charges. On top of the ones you listed, there was tampering with witness communication to law enforcement. I think there might have been a kidnapping one. And then he also had pawned my bike that was in my car while he was on the run. And we figured that out later. So they tacked on a charge for that. Once I got to the state attorney's office, they did not take it seriously. I could tell when I was in the interview with them that they were not handling any of my concerns properly. And I actually, once I felt that energy, said to them verbatim, "If you let him walk with a slap on the wrist, he will turn into the next Ted Bundy. Like, I need you guys to take this seriously."
And they didn't. And Leah, we are out of time, but I have to ask you about this. You were texted by him on the day the murder happened in New York. In this text, he asks you, quote, "Why did you treat me so miserably?" Going on to say, quote, "You should never treat a man like that. I never deserve to be treated that way." This is after he brutally assaulted you in your own home. When you realized that he went on to allegedly kill this woman in Manhattan, what was going through your mind?
I was just appalled. I actually got a call from the detective to tell me, and my initial response was, I told them this would happen if they let him walk. And it was heartbreaking. I went through like a grieving process all over again.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.